chosen one. If you're seeing this, if your heart is racing as you hear these words, know this: heaven has been trying to reach you. Today, your life is about to shift in ways you never imagined. The doors you thought were closed, they're about to swing open. The blessings you prayed for in silence, they're on their way. And the world that doubted you will have no choice but to witness your rise. If this message is speaking directly to your soul, type 777 in the comments right now. That's your confirmation from heaven that this video was meant for you. Stay with me, because what comes next will change your life forever. There were nights you cried yourself to sleep, not because you were weak, but because your heart carried a weight no one else could see. Days when you smiled so the world wouldn't ask questions, while your soul was quietly fighting to stay alive. You whispered prayers in the dark. God, please, just give me a sign. And yet, all you heard was silence. But that silence wasn't absence, it was strategy. God was never ignoring you. He was preparing you. He says, "I saw every tear you cried when no one wiped them away. I counted every sleepless night when pain became your only company. I was there, not as a distant observer, but as the fire refining your soul. You thought you were being punished, but heaven was building endurance in you. You weren't losing, you were learning. That heartbreak, that betrayal, that season where everything fell apart, it was divine construction in disguise. Every rejection was redirection. Every delay was divine timing. Every closed door was protection. God had to remove what was comfortable so He could reveal what was calling you. He had to isolate you so you could learn to hear His voice above the noise. And yes, it hurt. You didn't understand it then. But now, look at you. You're wiser, stronger, softer, but sharper. The same fire that tried to burn you only purified you. The same people who walked away cleared space for better souls who will recognize your worth. You weren't being left behind. You were being lifted up. You didn't lose yourself. You found your higher self. And now, heaven whispers, "My child, you've passed the hardest part. You became the version of yourself that destiny requires. The storm didn't destroy you, it defined you. And soon, the same world that ignored your pain will witness your rise. Because God saw your silent battles, and He's about to reward your unseen faith. God says, "I will prepare a table for you in the presence of your enemies." There are people who doubted you, people who smiled in your face but secretly hoped you'd fail. They whispered your name in conversations that weren't meant for you. They called you crazy for dreaming bigger, for believing that you could rise after everything that tried to destroy you. But what they didn't know was that you were anointed, not appointed by man, but by God Himself. They thought they buried you, but they didn't realize you were a seed. And when a seed is buried, it's not over. It's actually just the beginning. That dark soil they threw on you only covered you long enough for your roots to grow deeper. Now heaven says, it's harvest season. The lies, the gossip, the rejection, the heartbreak, every piece of it became fuel for your elevation. The pain built your strength. The betrayal built your discernment. And the silence built your relationship with God. Soon, the same mouths that cursed your name will speak blessings over you. The same eyes that rolled in judgment will stare in awe as you rise. And it won't be because you sought revenge. It will be because God kept receipts. He's about to show what happens when He favors someone that the world tried to overlook. Your light will shine so bright that even your enemies will have no choice but to witness it. This is your divine comeback season. Heaven is flipping the script, turning your humiliation into elevation, your pain into power, your tests into testimony. And God is saying right now, you've cried long enough. You've suffered long enough. Now it's your time to shine. And they're all going to watch it happen. You've often wondered why you never fit in, why your energy felt different, why the people you loved most couldn't understand you, or worse, walked away from you. But listen closely. You were never meant to blend in. God didn't design you to be ordinary. He set you apart before you were even born. That loneliness you've been feeling, that ache that made you question your worth, it wasn't rejection. It was divine protection. You weren't being excluded. You were being preserved. God had to pull you away from people and places that could not handle your anointing. He had to quiet the noise around you so you could finally hear His voice clearly. You're not too much. You're just too divine for the spaces that tried to confine you. Your calling is rare, your frequency is higher, and your purpose, it doesn't fit inside anyone else's expectations. That's why certain doors closed without warning. That's why certain friendships faded and opportunities fell through. It wasn't because you were unworthy. It was because you were being prepared for something sacred. You don't crave attention, you crave meaning. Worldly things no longer excite you because your spirit has evolved beyond surface-level living. You're hungry for destiny. You're chasing purpose. So stop apologizing for your light. Stop dimming yourself to make others comfortable. You were not chosen to be liked. You were chosen to lead. And leadership comes with isolation. The separation was necessary for elevation. God says, I had to pull you away from the wrong crowd to connect you with the right calling. And now, that time has come. He's preparing to launch you into the very purpose your pain prepared you for. This season, you'll understand why you had to walk alone, because the path you're on was created for you and God only. For years, it felt like nothing was moving. Doors that looked promising suddenly closed. Opportunities slipped away just when you thought you were ready. You prayed, you waited, you questioned, and sometimes you even wondered if God forgot about you. But here's the truth. You weren't waiting on God. God was waiting on you, waiting for you to heal from what broke you, waiting for you to release what was weighing you down, waiting for your spirit to evolve into the version of you that could handle what's coming next. And now, that time has arrived. The divine timing has been activated. Everything that was once paused is about to move, and it's going to move fast. God says, when I move, I don't move slowly. When I bless, I overflow. When I restore, I multiply. You are about to experience supernatural acceleration in your finances, your peace, your purpose, your relationships, and your spiritual gifts. What took others years to achieve will happen for you in months, because you've already paid the price in faith, patience, and perseverance. Your waiting season wasn't wasted. It was divine training. Heaven was weighing your soul for greatness. Every delay was actually an alignment, and now, heaven has spoken a single word over your life. Now. So prepare yourself, because the doors that once refused to open will swing wide. And this time, you won't walk through them afraid. You'll walk through them anointed, ready, and unstoppable. You thought your story was just about survival, but God says, it was always about revival. Every tear, every heartbreak, every sleepless night had a higher purpose. You weren't just going through pain. You were being prepared to become a healer for others who are silently walking through the same fire you once faced. Your scars, they're not signs of weakness. They're proof of resurrection. Living evidence that even after everything tried to destroy you, you still rose. God says, I'm turning your pain into power, your wounds into wisdom, and your trials into testimony. You see, your story carries medicine. There are people out there right now, praying for the very strength that you've already developed through your battles. They don't need perfection. They need truth. And your truth has the power to set them free. Every storm you survived gave you language for someone else's healing. You don't even realize it yet. But your presence itself is a ministry. Your energy heals. Your words awaken sleeping souls. You bring peace simply by being who you are, raw, real, and redeemed. You weren't chosen to be flawless. You were chosen to be authentic. A living reminder that even broken things can become breathtaking when placed in divine hands. So stop hiding your light out of fear that it's not bright enough. Stop questioning whether you're ready. You are the light someone else has been searching for in their darkest night. Speak your truth. Shine without hesitation. The world doesn't need another perfect soul. It needs your story, your fire, your healing energy. And heaven is declaring right now, it's time to use it. There's a reason your soul has always felt different. While others chase the world, your heart has been chasing something deeper, a purpose you couldn't quite put into words. You've always felt that pull, that whisper in your spirit saying, you're meant for more. That's not your imagination. That's your divine assignment calling your name. God didn't just rescue you from storms. He reserved you for a mission that only your soul can fulfill. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every loss, it all shaped the spiritual warrior inside you. Because you weren't chosen for comfort. You were chosen for impact. You carry light in places where darkness has ruled for generations. Your energy doesn't just change rooms, it transforms them. When you walk in, angels move with you. When you speak, heaven listens. And yes, you feel everything so deeply because your spirit was designed for discernment. You can sense lies, energy shifts, and divine truth before anyone else notices, because you're tuned to the frequency of heaven. God says, "You are my voice in motion, my messenger in human form, the bridge between heaven and earth." That's why you never fit in. You weren't meant to. You were meant to stand out and awaken others to the light. And now, the time for silence is over. Your gifts are activating like never before. Prophetic dreams, flashes of insight, divine coincidences that aren't coincidences at all. They're signs, heaven's way of guiding you toward your destiny. So don't hide your power anymore. Don't play small to make others comfortable. You've carried this fire for too long. It's time to let it burn brightly. Because your divine mission isn't just about changing your life. It's about awakening thousands through your light, your truth, and your courage to keep walking when others gave up. You are not here by chance. You are here by calling. Heaven chose you to deliver light in a world that has forgotten its own. And now, chosen one, it's your time to rise. There were nights when you cried silently, wondering if God still heard your prayers. Days when everything felt heavy, and you whispered, "God, I don't know how much more I can take." And yet, you didn't give up. You kept walking through the fire with faith still flickering in your heart. And that, right there, is why heaven has marked this season for your reward. God saw every tear. He heard every whispered prayer. He counted every step you took when your strength was gone. And now he's saying, because you didn't quit when it hurt the most, I'm about to bless you more than you imagined. This isn't random. It's divine timing. Your faith has unlocked doors that no human hand could open. Opportunities that were hidden are about to find you. People who once overlooked you will now need you. The job, the relationship, the breakthrough, the peace, the financial abundance. Everything you've been asking for, it's aligning right now. Your name is being mentioned in places you've never even stepped into. Heaven's calendar just moved your blessing from pending to delivered. The same situations that once broke you will soon make you praise louder than ever before. God is saying, this is not your ending, it's your elevation. So stay expectant. Your miracle is closer than you think. When the golden rain begins to fall, don't hide, stand in it, lift your hands, and receive. Because this is the moment heaven rewards your unshakable faith, publicly, abundantly, and undeniably. Chosen one, you didn't find this message found you. That's divine alignment. Now it's time to walk in faith like never before. Share this video with someone who needs a sign from God today. You never know whose life you might save with one simple share. And if your spirit is ready for the next level of awakening, type 777 in the comments. That's your signature of faith, your spiritual yes. Because from this moment forward, things will never be the same again. You are stepping into a season of favor, miracles, and answered prayers. The pain is ending. The light is rising. The prophecy is unfolding. Remember this: you are not behind. You are right on time. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. And everything God promised you, it's already on its way. Now go out and live like the miracle you are, because heaven is cheering for you. Always.